We are in episode 3 of the series where I'm building a multi-million-dollar business in front of you, live, making sure you see everything that I do, and you see no guru stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say, of course, there's no course to buy. I want to basically show you everything of how I am basically creating a new genre when it comes to interest consultants. So basically what an interest consultant is when you focus on the interest of a company and getting people interested, like the consumer base, whoever their target audience is, interested in them, and the best interest for yourself. All right, so it's basically just an interest-based business. We also want to put basically show the middle part where these gurus don't show you. For example, like how to get the leads, just the legal stuff, working with clients actually. So we have some very big stuff coming in a few days, as you guys can see. So you guys would definitely love to see that. We're going to be answering questions. That's the first thing we're going to do always in every video is we're going to go into a quick Q&A. Basically look at the comments of what people are saying. Some of these guys, almost all of them right now, are my students. And we're going to answer all of the questions. I will soon be going live where you guys can come watch me work on the company as well, work on other people's companies, and work on our clients as well. So you guys are going to be able to see everything in real time. So I'm not just telling you, hey, I can make you $10,000. If you follow these secret steps, you'll be rich, or whatever the case may be. I'm actually going to show you how you can do it. And you can follow along with everything that I'm doing here. All right, so yeah, so we're going to get into the computer. We're going to answer some questions. If you have any questions, every video I will start off with the Q&A, and then we're going to basically building the company. All right, so if you have any questions when it comes to business, like just how you can help your business achieve more, whatever the case may be, just anything when it comes to business or when it comes to the platform. Also, I want you to know that I do things differently. I'm not going to teach you anything that I know due to the fact that, one, I don't want to create competition for myself, and two, it took me 17 years to learn all this stuff. So I'm still learning a lot more as we go into the new era, right? And I don't want all this information that I'm going to be showing and based stuff I'll do behind the scenes that you guys won't see. I don't want this stuff on YouTube and being used as a weapon for you guys. So people say, hey, show how to be interest consultants and I can show you how to make $10,000, $100,000 a month. And these guys don't do anything that I do. All right, so I will never do that. But if you want to make guaranteed money and you are a person that basically looking for clients, whatever the case may be, you can actually join my program and become an agent of mine, and I will close your deals for you and work with the clients. And trust me, if you are a person that purchased those BS courses when it comes to AI agents, SaaS companies, or all those type of things like that, there's a lot of things that you can't offer companies or clients, or whatever the case may be, that I can definitely do so and help you get a better closing rate. So if I don't make you money within 90 days, you get your money back. So let you know that. All right, let's get into the computer. All right, we are in the computer. I got my iPad. It's already set up this time. Started over here. So we are good to go. Let's get things together. Answer these questions. Cat just scared the hell out of me. All right. So we have Humphrey. It's one of my students. Great video. When are we getting access to the latest store? Already gave you guys access. We're going there. This is a long one, so we'll get that one later. Looking forward getting into the back office, basically the same question. I gave you guys access last night. Great video, Seth. It's really detailed and clear. I understand that it is the start of this, still the start of the series, and you're going step by step by something I love to see in the future in a video series of showing the full process of taking a company, maybe a client from one of your agents from completely dead to full revival. Through the help of Sparta, and maybe a different video from a client in different industries on, and how the process are still the same, different for each client industry. Of course, this will probably be after you have finished the series of Sparta 101. But yeah, so when it comes to Sparta 101, working with the client is definitely a part of it. And as I've been texting you and showing you, we have some huge content that's coming very soon that you guys are really going to enjoy, and these are like big clients, and I don't want people, like, again, this is why this series is so important, due to the fact that I don't want people to think that like the clients that I'm about to be showing and stuff like that, like it's possible for everybody to do that. Like this is if you buy my secrets formula, you will be sitting with a billionaire. Like these clients I'm about to be sitting with, these are anomalies. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I just basically worked for 17 years. I've been showing my creativity to you guys and all this stuff like that. Even though like the views don't show it at the moment, right? But there are people out here that people don't know, like myself, that is out here doing crazy things. Like one of my students used to say to me all the time, I don't know, hopefully he's doing all right. But he used to say, before I got into gaming, he used to say, I'm the best unkept secret. I'm the best kept secret, right? Where the best kept secret, yeah. Best kept secret due to the fact that of who I am and what I can do and what I do for people. It's just people just don't know me yet, right? So eventually, hopefully, people pick onto the series and they get to see those things like that. So I do have one client that you guys will be seeing very soon. Hopefully this week we do the episode. You guys will see me. That will be like in a different industry. That's in the drone industry. And you guys will see, like, basically they're not dead. So, but you'll see me work with them though. A company that could be dead that we're going to be working with as we're going to the computer right here is, it could be dead, but it's not dead yet. It's a cider company. Is something that we can turn to like something big. We can actually make this thing really big. They don't have a presence. They can die. So you will see them go from absolutely nothing, right? But they got like contracts and stuff like that. But they don't have websites and stuff. Like basically, they're just basically some guys inside of their barn, right? So you're going to see me take them from that to basically a thriving company and everything like that. So you guys will see that. So that would kind of be like taking them from the dead, right, to what you asked for. So hopefully that will be something that can replace that until we find that super dead company, and then you'll see me work with that, right? So see where we at. All right, so let's get into today's agenda. Let's get into that. Straighten this out. Let me straighten this out. All right, well, that's gonna be cricket. That's just gonna be cricket. All right, today's agenda. Okay, so we'll be working today. We already did the Q&A. Thank God I don't have a bunch of questions yet. I didn't get to that point yet, which I will get there one day. When I get there one day, and it's going to be ass. I promise you it's going to be ass. Because it'll be spending like much more time, like 30 minutes on Q&A. Which I'm not complaining about it. I'm already prepared. So we're done at YouTube. That's pretty done. Yeah, that's pretty quick. All right, so let's answer why. So we'll be talking about today we'll answer why working with small companies is harder and it's a waste of your time. Let's look over some of Sparta leads. Basically, we'll pick 3, and then we'll do a breakdown on them. If we got time, we'll probably do that. Probably won't be doing that today because we got other things that's like bigger. We also will be last thing we will do is get jobs on the Upwork. As you can see, a little meme right here. We add some memes and stuff. So right here, you know, we're going to be not getting jobs, but to show you a secret formula right here. One of the secret tools that people can use to go get work, especially when it comes to if you're starting out new. So if you're like starting out brand new, you haven't done this before, or what the case may be, you want to get your feet wet, this is the best way to do it. I'll show you how, instead of cold calling, which I don't cold call at all, I'll also show you a different method on cold calling, which is see right here. Why I do not cold call in 2025. You'll see that. This right here, you don't have to cold call. Okay? You actually can find the clients that they're looking for you, right? So your client's looking for you. I'll show you that. And then we'll be preparing a client. So prepping for a client, which is the cider company. All right, so we will be looking at some leads. Now I'm going to see if you guys put any leads. Let's check the table. I don't know if these any of these tables. Check to see if anybody placed leads here. Anybody placed leads? Mine. These are mine. No. So we're probably just going to look at the leads that we got and preparing them. So we're probably gonna do that. I don't want to spend too much time on it. So due to the fact that I got other things that like I want to actually work on preparing, so probably not gonna do that. I wish that you guys, well you just got access. Some of you just got access. until yesterday. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. So let's do this tomorrow. We'll basically make this tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. We'll do leads tomorrow. I don't want this video to be too long because we got a lot of work to do. This thing is so bad. I'm gonna forget how to ghetto this for tomorrow. You youngins know what I'm talking about. Still too bad. Still bad. Can't see that, can you? Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Leads, right here. You can't see it though. I got it on thick. You guys still can't see it, but it's alright. Alright. We'll do that tomorrow. Alright. So let's go over why I don't work with small businesses, okay? So it's 3 things that you need to know when it comes to small businesses. Small businesses, first, is the lead generation problem, right? So it'll make you quit. That one issue right there will make you quit. Second, they don't value what you're doing due to the value perception that they have. Not because they're ignorant. Not because they know what you're doing. It's just because they're ignorant. They don't know what's going on. What's like you'll see when I explain it. In a lot of these small businesses, especially if depending on the area you're in, they don't have the money to pay you. You know, some of these guys are startups. Some of these guys are bootstrapping their companies. So these guys don't have the money to pay you. Expecting them to pay you is crazy, right? Especially stuff that we'll be doing. But if you just like doing automation for chatbots and chatbot, you know, you can charge what you get a low charge and stuff. But for being an entry consultant, we're like the high value clients. I mean, high value consultants, let's just say. What we do is just different. You'll see what I'm saying later on in the video. All right. So limited geographic pool due to the fact that this is why I don't target small businesses. Basically, when you go on to look for leads and scraping leads and everything like that, it's really difficult to okay. It's really difficult to find leads in that, in that one area, especially when you're done scraping that. And let's say that you need 3,000 to get one lead, right? You need 3,000. You need to send out 3,000 and get one lead. And let's say those 3,000 is you live in a small town and your company your town don't have 3,000 companies in there, or your city has 3,000 and you just used all of them, right? And only one of them got back to you, and then you get the rest. What I'm going to talk about. All right. So let's say that you just get one of them. Just remember that. Let's say we'll use one example. Use one. And all right. So we'll use one example throughout this whole thing. All right. So okay. Next is the higher cost per lead. Like you'll be spending a lot of money, like on Apollo. With us, it's only $2,000, one flat fee, and then you never have to pay for finding leads again. But if you use like Apollo and those type of things like that, you'll be spending monthly just to get leads in your area. And it'll be very difficult for you to do that, right? It'll be very difficult for you to find those leads due to the fact that what's going on and the rest of these things I'm talking about. So it's basically the cost, just trying to get them stuff like scraping, doing cold calling and stuff like that. Let's say that you don't postcards and stuff like, you don't use agent technology to get these things done. Almost impossible to scale due to the fact that, let's just say, out of those 3,000 leads, you close 10, right? And then next month, 10 more. And with this system that you have, especially working by yourself, how are you going to be able to run those things? Especially, again, you'll find out more as we go on further. You're gonna see why it's impossible to scale. But after you're done those, let's say no more else call you, what are you gonna go back out and send them leads again? Send those same leads like a follow-ups and stuff like that. and it's going to be really difficult. But let's just say that you have exhausted your resources inside that area. Now you're out of business. So this is just it's almost impossible to scale. A lot of the stuff right now don't seem like crazy things, right? I think they're high in cost right here. Um, the higher cost per lead is, I think that's really. Oh, I think these two. I think this one is another heavy part right here. This is your pool of business is low. So like to close more leads and to make the $100,000 a month and stuff like that, you have to have a bunch of leads out there at the same time. You got to have a bunch of people saying yes to you. So it's not like I'm closing just to get one and stuff like that. So that's why the pool is very important. And the last one for this one is trash ROI. Like the ROI be trash. After you spend Apollo, spend time like rent and all that stuff like that. After you spend all the time and stuff trying to get these leads and then going back and forth with these clients and stuff like that, headache and everything. Just the amount of money that you make just isn't worth it. Like you're wasting your time. All right, so that's just that. Again, it goes back to the beginning. You will quit, as you think like, hey, I've been lied to by the gurus, which you have, but let's go into here. Value proposition and value perception, right? They and you'll end up working for free. So first, if they have a brick and mortar company, like if it's like a brick and mortar store you can just walk into, and it's like it's damn near obliterated, like it's ugly, it stinks inside, all types of stuff like that. There's a huge chance that those people are not tech savvy at all. Those guys know nothing about technology. If you ask them what ChatGPT is, they probably wouldn't know what it is, unless they're like, "Oh, my kids keep talking about it and stuff like that." They probably wouldn't know what is going on. They probably wouldn't know what an Xbox Series S is or whatever the case may be, due to the fact that kids probably have PlayStation 5. But the point is, what I'm saying is, they wouldn't know anything that comes with technology and stuff like that. So a lot of the things that you would show them, they wouldn't understand why they need it. You get what I'm saying? So, and if they do have some type of technology like a chatbot that they got for free online, then if you come to them with an AI automation service, they were like, why would I need that? I already have this thing here and it's free, right? They don't care that the free trial thing is at the bottom of the business, because again, they don't get as much business. So they do care about getting more business, but this is every day to them, so they're just stuck in this rut when it comes to how they feel about technology, well, just upgrading their business, right? So they wouldn't really understand any of the things that you're talking about when you come to them and stuff, and they just don't care, to be honest with you. Another thing is you'll be doing more educating of why they need your service versus selling them your service. And you don't want to be stuck on that, right? So it's like the time that you're putting into that, you're putting a lot more time onto that sell than you are like and you can get more sales. So it's like, let's just say that you do have the 10 sales, 10 leads, and they all said yes, I want to work with you. You won't be able to, like, by the time you even get to the second call, you're exhausted from the last call that you got into. So you'll be doing more educating due to the fact that they're not tech savvy and stuff like that. Another thing is they are skeptical on digital solutions. Again, they don't know what it is, or they have tried due to the fact of somebody that purchased the course from a guru, and that fact that person that purchased a guru course, and they had a bad experience because the person that they purchased the guru course from, the service from the person that purchased the guru course, they just completely just cooked you by not delivering what they promised. So they will have a bad perception on what you are offering due to the fact that they have basically tried the guy who was trying to make $10,000 in 1 month. So they tried that guy. Took the money, or he took the money and didn't do what he promised, or he promised things that the gurus online said, and then he couldn't deliver those deliverables. So that's where the problem comes in. So they become very skeptical when it comes to somebody like yourself now coming into the door saying, hey, I can do the exact same thing that the last guy did. So you're cooked. You're not going to have a chance on that, which is why I am doing and inventing interest consultants, because you don't just have to rely on selling whatever the guru says high at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So, and by the way, they can't do what we're doing. All right, because they don't have the tech, they had the technology, but they don't have the knowledge to do what we're doing. Okay. Next thing, extend sales cycles, wasting time. Again, like I said, it goes into the basically selling. Educating, not selling. You basically you spend too much time on just trying to close that deal. Like you see with the booster AI, those guys gave me 2 runarounds, and I said, okay, you're cooked. You're done. I will see you in a I will see you guys at your business's funeral. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have that mentality. Once they ask too many questions after you basically already educated them and all those type of things like that. I don't even get to the point where I have to, if I feel like I'm educating you, then you're just not what I'm looking for, right? You need to go for the companies that know they need help versus the people who don't even know they're lost in the sauce, right? A lot of these guys that's inside of brick and mortar companies and normally in your local area, small businesses, they don't even know their problems are there. They just think that they picked the wrong business or it was a family passed it down to them. They hate their job, they hate their life, all that type of stuff like that. You know, not all businesses feel this way, but majority of them don't know what's going on. They don't even know why their business sucks. They just think they just like, okay, this is day to day. This is my job, whatever the case may be. So it's like somebody working at McDonald's. The next thing is they have no money. So they have no dedicated to tech. Okay. So when you come in there with something that can be worth 10, 15,000, they don't even make that in a month, some of them. Some of these guys don't even make that in a month. So you're coming in there, you asking them to give you basically their profits. You get what I'm saying? So that's some of them, I'm telling you, a lot of these companies need to shut down. But you know, again, even if you can help them, they won't do it because one, skepticism. They won't take risks, and they haven't done it. They haven't done anything. Like I said, if you're going towards rugged, it stinks and stuff like that. You trust me, you're cooked. You're not going. You're just gonna waste your time. The next one, if they have people working there, the overhead is physical, so means that it's a human being working there. And it's expensive already for them to be there, but then you can tell them, well, AI can take care of that. But then you go back to educating them. You get what I'm saying? Because they don't know anything, you know. And probably 9 out of 10, they're probably going under because they don't know anything that's going on in the internet and everything like that. They probably are going under the AI is going to take my job situation. Price sensitive and less than taking risks, like I said, it's all basically the same thing. You working with that one client and stuff like that. He's gonna try to because how Mr. Krabs they are with the money. They're gonna try to basically talk you down the most. Like, oh, I can't afford that, and they're gonna be going back and forth negotiating with your prices, and they just you end up going from $400 an hour to $20 an hour, and you must just go work at McDonald's, you know. So that there, tight project margins profit margins, probably type profit margins. They again, if they're not making $10,000 a month in their company at their brick and mortar, why would they pay you? No one's walking inside of the business. But again, they should shut down. A lot of these companies don't know they're zombie companies. They're dead already. Just don't know yet, and they don't have the money to pay you. Okay, so just understand that. And that's why I don't work with small businesses because of those things like that. Now, it's a lot more. I can go deeper into it, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's just, but those are very, very, very important parts of it. Like, especially if you got to educate them, they don't know what's going on and stuff like that. Like, you're just wasting your time. You know, again, if the place is rugged, if they don't take care of if they don't care to take care of their building or where they run their business out, where customers come in there, where a new customer who had never been in the store to come in, first impression always matters, right? If that is the case, if they don't care about what their customers think about their company, then trust me, they don't care. They're not going to spend money on it. All right. So let's go back to this. All right. So I want to explain something about Sparta Buddies and why it's very important. Okay. So and just basically like what Project Spartan is doing. Um, Project Spartan is trying to change the narrative when it comes to AI. I think AI is in a great invention due to the fact that of things I'm able to do with it, not just because of myself, but I believe that, especially when it comes to my agents, that people are able to create the most amazing things, and it puts us on the same playing field as the billionaires. You can create better things than they can. So it's no longer about money.
no longer about followers and stuff like that. That's what a whole concept is about. Just basically showing people that those type of things is no longer a factor anymore. There's you don't need you don't need a certain amount of followers to reach, and it's actually worse to having followers to have followers. To be honest with you, I'll explain that in a second. But you don't need a certain amount of followers to be able to get income coming in. You don't have to have a certain amount of followers to have business coming to you. You can basically, if your content is good, you post up the content, you can actually close deals doing that alone. You can have 0 followers and close your first client because of where the world is at with for you versus following. When it comes to following, like the whole goal, the whole concept of following was actually pretty stupid if you think about it. Yeah, you post up something for your followers to see, but you basically just built a pond versus the ocean. Now, what I'm saying is the goal for any and every company, which is again why you don't work with small businesses, but the goal for any and every company is to have continuous growth, infinite growth, right? As when I mean infinite growth, children grow up to become consumers. They'll be the new adults that you have to sell to, which is one of the biggest things that we'll be talking to our clients about. That you have to prepare for Gen Z. Apple understands it. Epic understands it. Like the smartphones and companies like Samsung, those guys, they understand it. The gaming companies, they don't understand it with the games. The kind of because they're trying to target the younger generation, but the younger generation learn from the parents. But they don't understand what the games. I says to say that they don't understand what the games, what they understand when it comes to the technology, right? But even though they still made everything formatted, and everything like that. Everything is the same and all that stuff like that. It's pretty weird, but they're accustomed to everybody to that though. But still, to the point when it comes to like the colors and like the iPhones got different colors and stuff like that. For example, like the bands and stuff, they kind of understand when it comes to they don't kind of they do understand that their next target audience in the music industry too. The next target audience is the Gen Z, the next people that's coming up because we end up we got families, we got dogs, cats, and all that stuff that we eventually start spending less because we got to take our homes, mortgages, and all that stuff when we get older. So the new audience is the children. You should always prepare for that, and that's how you get infinite growth. But when it comes to us, we want to create versus slop. So when you do slop, you just put out anything. So this is why I made stories to make it where you can create slop, right? But it's really difficult for it to come out as slop because there's a lot of work that you have to put in first to be able to create that masterpiece. What I mean by a lot of work is like I made it easy to where you can just click button and boom, but to basically put it together. So you got to build with stories. You have to build like where the world is at, the storylines, the characters, all those type of things like that, and then you'll be able to basically put them in drop downs and click a button, and then you will have that world that you already created there, that location that you created there, that region, the monument, of like the if it's a landmark or whatever the case may be, that all will be there. These type of things are very important when it comes into world building and stuff like that. So you have to do all that. You have to build the world, but then after you're done building the world and putting that work in, then you'll be able to just click button. That's what you come to the slot part, right? But I wanted to have it where if you are making Disney movies with stories, because you can, then people know that at least these guys still has a formulated system where it's not where everybody got, like, how you see all the apartment buildings, everything look the same, all the McDonald's look the same. It's not like that where it's formulated, but formatted, but you still follow a pipeline, right? You follow a pipeline, but it makes what you wanted to make. So everybody's pipeline could be different, but they just following the same pipeline. So I just wanted to create that for you guys. Okay. So um, what I'm doing is to not it's not a get rich quick system for you guys. So like even if you guys have purchased courses for other people and stuff like that, and you want to make money inside that. So let's say you don't want to be interest consultant and stuff like that. You don't want to be a person that can look at a business and say, okay, this business, and you see in a second, this business need this, right? I just want to sell marketing. You need to redo your information because the information that you learn is outdated. So marketing needs to be updated. Right now, you guys are almost on the like where the college students are teaching 30-year-old marketing now. And now you guys are gonna be teaching marketing that doesn't exist anymore due to updates to all of the platforms that you're going to be marketing. No one cares about ads. So you're going to be teaching about 15-year-old knowledge. So to when you talk to companies and stuff like that. So what I will be doing is I will be closing your deals. If you can't get deals and stuff, just basically like say if you're afraid to talk or whatever the case may be, maybe you got too many leads or whatever the case may be, you can pass it down to me. Or you're not sure, or let's just say that the company say that they don't need your service due to the fact they don't need chatbot, right? You can say, well, hey, I can still work with you because I can do business development. You will have that tool, or let's say you will have that option for them to, okay, I can't offer you this, but I still have this. So just keep that in mind. You don't tell them that I can't offer. You don't want to tell them that because then you just look stupid. But you still have in your mind like, okay, well, the chatbot, I can't offer that, but I can offer consulting, business development, creative development, interest media, things that this company actually needs, right? Where they'll end up eventually getting that chatbot, and I'll show you. All right. Okay. So, okay, I have made tools, right? I have made tools to make one of the hardest questions easier to understand and how much you charge. So I made audit audit tool that audits the deal. I'm in the middle of fixing it and working on it right now. So I made, so you don't have to. You can, when you show your client, to show the reasons of why they're paying that much and why you're charging them that much. So pretty cool. I have that comes into the $2,000 membership. Again, one time, lifetime, and you get a lot of tools. You get a lot of tools. When I'm building this, basically making consultants consultancy easier, and it makes you look like a genius. Due to the fact that you give value, you just don't be sitting there saying, "Hey, I can do this" and stuff. The way I teach is much different. Like we actually do the work, which you again, this is why I didn't want to do the leads, due to the fact that I want to get into preparing for a cider company. All right. It's this part right here. Why I love this business model. Oh, so let's talk about why I love this business model. I love this business model because the clients can't say no, right? Due to the fact that their company is dying, right? Or their company will die due to the fact that they have to go to the new era. So the stuff that we deliver and that we do, the stuff that you're about to see me do when it comes to cider, yeah, they need it, right? So it's like if you don't do it, you will end up dying, So it's like they can't say to you like, okay, well, they can say I don't want a chatbot, I don't need a chatbot. Well, why would I pay you for making an automated system when I have this system already here that they, even if it's dinosaur technology, they still is comfortable. This is what they have already. But when you have something like myself, well, interest consultant, where it comes to stuff like where if these guys right here, they're paying, get this, oops, second, and pull it back up. Yeah, let me pull this back up. I wanted to change this to white. They're paying up to two, like this. These guys. Can I choose white? These guys are paying almost $200,000. If not, they did pay $200,000 because they got to pay for the license. It's a liquor company, so they got to pay for the license. So that's the thing. I don't know about the equipment, but does it say that they did pay $90,000 for that? The build out, I don't think they probably pay this because this is probably what we got to do. So the $40,000 should be coming to us. Raw material, I can say this, probably be a little more than that. Marketing and branding, they didn't do that yet. So guess who this? So these two things come to us, right? So these two things come to us. And the working capital, I can see that this being the thing. But those two, the build out and the marketing and branding comes to us because we offer all those type of things like that. So when you have this type of system where you can, like, okay, I can't offer you a chatbot, but I still can offer you. I could build your whole company out for you. And I could do your marketing and your branding. When it comes to people don't know the difference between those two, especially advertising as well, they don't know the difference between those three things, and we can explain all those type of things and let them know what we're doing the whole time. So when it comes to his company. His company is called Run Amok. So you got to be able to see when you see gold, you got to be able to like, hey, we need to close on you, and this is why I'm going to do what I'm doing today. So I believe that this company right here, if we are able to work with these people, right, we can take these guys to a level that they had never seen before. Now, here's a homework I will give to you. You want to look up a company called Bang Energy, right? And you want to look up how these guys done it. So you look at this real quick. Let's go to YouTube right here, and Bang Energy drink going up $2,000. You can probably put that in Google too. Hold on. I think the story is these guys blew up with $2,000. Guys, type too fast. I think it's yeah. Northwest has been talking about a period of several financial troubles and having his back against the wall. A decade before, there's no evidence to support the claim that okay. Bank energy rise to prominence in the energy drink, and yeah, because they said that he did it with $2,000, but this is what he did. Was largely due to well executed influence marketing strategy. So he used like the TikTok on dancing, but in the Gen Zs, and this is what people need to realize is you got to target these guys. He did, and it was bigger than. And again, the story was they did it with $2,000, and they got real big due to targeting Gen Z. So I believe that if we do the same, but just do it the correct way, right? We want to make sure you do it the right way. Because they did go bankrupt. They end up selling their company to Monster. Monster bought them out because Monster was getting ass kicked by them, right? So Run Amok is very brandable, right? Run Amok is very brandable. If you actually look at the company, I have of it. Their Facebook is like fucking non-existent. I mean, their Facebook is existent, but their social media presence is completely obliterated. There's nothing there. Give me a second. I'll get it for you. There we go. All right. So I will change all that, like their name and everything like that. So you have, I like the cans, the symbol, right? Like this is pretty dope. So they posted up something. Run Amok is now okay. So they went from posting up from May 17th of last year, I think. Well, this year, right? No, this year. Okay, this is this year. Then before that was July 17th. Okay, so that was that. So 2 posts there. Let's see. Run Amok cider is now a main liquor. Come and try for the real crowd pleaser, smooth, crisp. Wait. Oh, okay. So they basically got their which is great. So this is even better for us now to finish everything here. So they got their drink inside of the store, which is good. Our goal is to get it out of more stores and also bring it to America. But then you have 8 likes, and you see this one 7 likes, and then if you read these comments, this one says when new website anytime soon. This was 7 weeks ago. It said almost ready, right? So we're gonna build that today. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that today and just build it out completely. Okay. Not completely, but you get the point. We're probably gonna build it completely. All right, let's see. So we're still tied. So it was very brandable due to the fact that going into, like I told you, that the logo, when it comes to America, on the American side, stand for rebel, all the stuff like that. So you can do rebel, all those things. We're gonna help them with partner funding, even though these people have money. We still want to get them more funding, right? Because the more money they can have, and that's what I was telling Grey Dragon yesterday, James. That the more money that these guys got, the bigger we can take them. But the only thing is, it's a too much success can make you fail as well, due to the fact that they might not be ready. Because remember, it's this guy's in their born at the moment. But they may not be ready to handle the demand that we will bring them. So the more money that we able to have and work with these guys, the more we will be able to take them. So we want to take this. We want to get partnership funding with these guys to be able to hire demand to get distributed out there, right? So that's basically that, so they can be able to handle the demand that we will bring to them. So we want to create an ARG, alternate reality, right? With their brand, which is Interest Media, Sparta. This is Sparta. All that stuff is um ARGs. Well, this is Sparta, all this stuff. Like this is Sparta Buddies. It's the same thing of our ARGs, same thing that we're doing to bring awareness to our stuff, to get you guys to fall in love with it, be a part of it, so you guys know what Sparta is, you know what Sparta Buddies, you know what Captain and Commando Paul is, you know Commander Big Shit, all those type of things like that. You know those things. So we want to do that with these guys, to do Run Amok, to create a campaign where, let's just say, like a Run Amok truck comes, just like what Red Bull did. Now, Red Bull did something like an ARG that was completely just like mind blowing. So what they used to do is they used to pour out Red Bull and they used to crush the cans, crush them, and they used to put Red Bulls in trash cans all around. I think it was like New York or something like that, or was it? I think it was the UK or New York. It was one of those, same thing basically. But what they used to do is that's what they did. They put them into trash cans. So when people would go throw something in their trash can, they would see a bunch of Red Bull in there. So they will see, like, well, what, they'll make people curious, like, what the hell is this Red Bull? So they will go into the store and they will buy it, and that's basically how Red Bull basically used the ARG thing. So it's, it's a lot of manipulation when it comes to ARGs, but it's not manipulation until, like, as in like bad. It's good, right? But you basically want to have a smart plan with it. But we will have it as an alternate game where you don't know that you're a part of the game. When it comes to companies that you want to close on, when it comes to deals like this, right? You want to be excited on if they have money, not because they could pay you, but because if they have money, then you will be able to take this to the next level, right? So my goal is to blow these guys up. Okay, you can see these guys up. If we blow these guys up, see, don't worry about the money. If you blow these guys up right here, then other companies will see what you have done to them. And what happens is that's the real money. Like, we can make 200 grand a month off these guys, whatever the case may be. That's good. But why have that when you can do something real good for these guys? Blow these guys up. Take $75,000 a month, right? Take the 200 and just take 75 instead. Due to the fact that you just want to show what you can do for these guys, and then you blow those guys up to take the pay cut, blow those guys up, and then when you see other companies see what you have done for them, they will come to you. And when they come to you, now you will make 200,000. So let's say Run Amok say, hey, we want to do a little more work, we're gonna up your contract, or 12 months is over. Then you say, hey, I want to get paid now 100,000. Then you get paid 100,000 from Run Amok. Then you got another company that seen what you did with Run Amok, they paid 200,000. Another company that's seen what you did with Run Amok paid you 300,000. So now you have $600,000 a month off of this deal that you have done, because you have shown how much value and what you have done, and that you can actually make companies successful. That's what I stand for. That's what I do. I'd rather do that than because that's why I do it. I'd rather do that though than be able to just chase money and try to get the money right now, right? So, I'll get it. I'll probably get people to say, "Well, we got bills to pay and all that stuff." Just to keep working, you'll have those bills paid. But when it comes to just working in the long term, you always want to work long term, not short term. Bill's gonna come next month anyway if you work short term. The website is broken. So we're going to fix that today. And this is where you create that guaranteed that you can't turn this down. Okay. As you can see, there's 7 to 8 likes. That's bad. So again, going with the AI bots, right? They could turn that down, but they can't. Like you want more people to engage with your brand, right? You need a place where people can come buy your stuff, not only from that store. Like that's one store place. That's one place they can buy it, right? Or multiple places wherever they at. But if you got online, you can buy it everywhere, right? So that's something they can't turn down. Expanding, because we are based in the U.S. and these guys in Australia, it's golden because we can introduce them and tap them into a market and distributions and stuff like that out here that they can't get into, right? They don't have the know-how. If they making right now, this is one thing we got to figure out where they want to be at. So when we sit down with them, we got to find out where they want to be at. So you're making 100 cases a week, okay, or boxes a week. Would you like to take that to 1,000? And that's where it comes like the funding, all those type of stuff like that. So you want to basically make sure you get those information done. When people are here, you want to ask also. So when we talk to them, we want to ask them. When people here, when people here run amok, what do they think of, right? So it's like, so we got to make people see them for whatever it is that they want them to see, and that's, again, you can't turn that down. You know what I'm saying? You can't turn it down. So that's something that arsenal that we have, that people that's selling this stuff online, these courses and stuff like that, they can't offer you, right? So these guys, these are things that you really need to know. That's why being an interest consultant is much better than being a AI consultant. All right. So we want to help them build a community. Important. All right. We want to help them make a cult like following. So build them their own little influencer and everything like that. That's what we need to do. Got to be a young person. And then we basically do research on them. We let them know that we did research on them. So we'll move this up here real quick. Basically, just make it look like he was stalking them. Okay. So these are the things, since we're done these things here. All right. So we're prepared for this part. All right. We did this. We got this part out the way. With this guy, we basically did this part here. Right, we're going to basically get to working on him in a second, but let's go into why I don't do cold calls. I'll make this really simple and really quick for you guys. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Wrong one. Okay. We here. Back here. This one. Okay. So I don't do cold calls because I'd rather just send a video. The same video I can send everywhere. So I can send it to DMs, all those type of things like that. Plus, when you call people, they might not pick up the phone. Then they might end up calling you back at a time that you're not ready to answer the phone, or those type of things like that. But if you send a video, you'll be able to have topics and stuff like that. Let them know, like, hey, if you watch this to the end, you'll see why I'm able to help you, and you'll be able to display all of the things that you can't display on the phone. You'll be able to show the proof that you are who you say you are, that you can do what you say you do, all those type of things like that. If you send a video, okay, make it engaging and stuff like that, you'll be able to keep them on. So you basically let them know all these type of things like that. So this is basically what I do. I basically make videos that are cold calls. So you want to basically let them know in the video, like, hey, this is basically the flow of everything. You let them know, like, hey, if you want to go the creative route, we go here. And then we go back to the normal schedule, right? Making a normal schedule. If you just want to go standard, we go straight to normal schedule. And then we test it out if it works. If not, if it doesn't work, then we change it until it's good. Then you see how people take the new you. People love it. We make and you can see it's like a cycle. Let them know, like, this is the cycle and everything like that. So you basically let them know all this type of stuff like that. And then what happens is you want to make sure you show them the difference between what we're going to do when it comes to getting content creators, getting the clippers, all those type of things like that, how the clippers do with their jobs, they get paid out, all those type of things like that, versus the ads. So if you show all that inside of a video, it's more than you sitting on the computer, well, not computer, on the phone, and then trying to educate them. So they completely just erase the education part because you already educated them inside the video. There you go. But basically let them know why you're educating them, why are you at the same time are better than any other candidate that they can think about hiring. Okay, so we got that out the way. Now we're gonna do some basic steps. We got the cold call. Why don't cold call? Next, before we get to preparing for the cider, we're going to show the secret formula. So we're going to go to Upwork. And then, as you can see, I just put basically of the things that I do in Upwork. And I got this here. So these are the things that in my field that I can work with. Done with this, so I can this out. So I can build the AI voice agent script consultant, right? I can do that. So if I wanted to, I see how much they're paying just to get something, $20 an hour. Apply for it. And it's basically how it works. I'm not going to apply for it though, but right. So use Connects to submit proposals. Right, so we can do all this right here. Basically do all these type of things like that. Cover letter, all these type of things. Portfolio, add portfolio projects. I'll basically be able to show him what I'm able to do, right? So I'll be able to show him what I'm able to do. But the thing about it is what's even better, is the fact that as I'm working with the client, then I'm able to tell them like, hey, look, I don't only do this. I can actually build your company for you and build the foundation and everything like that. So you want to give them dominated work. Like, hey, it's undeniable. Like you just do the most greatest shit. You take the little bit of money, pocket money, pay your rent or whatever the case may be with it. And then you can, after that, you go into showing what you like. Okay, this is what else I can do for you. Upsell them and stuff. So that's something that you want to do when it comes to getting work. So you basically just go through like what you're trying to do, do some research on them if you can, all those type of things like that. But you want to basically go here. You also want to make sure that you see this guy spend $400,000, so they're going to pay. Right, you want to have good money. So it's all about where you stand at. I don't trust things like this, right? 1,000 spent. You want to basically talk to these guys like, hey, because a lot of these guys like this, they're probably these new guys. They're probably gonna give you a lot of headaches and stuff like that. You want to basically talk to them like, hey, I'm a straightforward guy or a straightforward girl. If I do this work, like I'm gonna make sure I over deliver. I'm their promise. So I'm going to make sure that the work I give you is undeniable. But let's make this easy, because if this is if I do the work that you want, and or just undeniable out of this world, then let's go to another other projects and stuff like that. But just make this easier on both of us, right? And then you want to do this something like the game designer needs for a 2D fantasy game, all this type of stuff like that. So you want to basically just look in whatever industry that you're trying to tackle, and then you can take those leads and then put your qualifications in them, and then once they close and stuff like that, boom, come to me, hire me. That's it. That's all you got to do. So you can put the leads out there, and then once they respond and everything like that from your qualifications and stuff that you got, whatever you put out there, so like, all right, that's not my business. But once you close them, then you come to me, and then I will do the work. And then what happens after that is I was pitched the next level of it. So instead of going for this hourly thing, we'll go for a big thing. Like, okay, cool. What's your budget? All this everything like that. This is what I actually am. I can take your business to the next level. You could use my work. I'm also giving you permission to use my work. So if you want to put like projects that you have done and stuff like that, you can use my work and be like, hey, this is what we built and stuff like that. Put the word we, right? Okay, so that's that right there. All right, so that's basically Upwork, and this is basically how you use it. Okay, just get into the door. You want to make sure that they have the money. They spend 400,000, which means they have the money. Go ahead and do that. We're going to be doing this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to spend on Upwork. All right, so let's start getting into the replets. Okay. Start getting into the replets. Let's go into New York City for a second. So let's start getting prepared for run amok. All right, let's get prepared for run amok. We're going to use the website builder. Inspirations. Top 5 companies. Use Australia. Need to find a website. Get reference off of. Yeah. Here's the website that we reference. Okay. Get something like this. All right. Color white with the red. Next with the black. Basic information. Run amok. Run amok cider. Run amok cider call. Use that. The dragon sent me something that was important yesterday. Okay. Grab this information here. We'll grab here. We'll grab that information. Put it in here. Okay. Product catalog, shopping cart, customer accounts. Okay. We want them to be funny and playful. Yeah, we want them to be funny and playful because of like want them to basically share their personalities. We'll put this at the bottom. All right. Generate that. Oh, yeah, so I think okay. I think we got something here. And we're going to reinforce Replit with our inspiration. We're going to reinforce it. So I'm going to show you in a second. So we'll just go here. We want to put I want you to, yeah, okay. It's still generating code. I don't know what the hell that is. What was that? Oh, okay. Okay. This is the thing that they made. Okay, this is what made. All right. I wanted the code. I gotta make that give you code. It's supposed to give you code. But all right, it's fine. We're gonna rock with it though. And still use this. I want you to take from the code of this website, this HTML, and make a website inspired by this website right here. Where is it? No, that right here. Boom. There it goes. Let that get done. And we should be finished here. Okay. Then we have something that we worked on last night. Worked on something last night that I'm going to give them in here. Gotta find it. Got a bunch of tabs open. This is over here. No, not it. All right, so let me go find it. I let that build up right there. I'll find this system that I built for them. Look at these. Let's see what's going to build. Product catalog with categories and filters, shopping cart and checkout flow, product detail page with images and description, global operation showcase, company story and about section, content, contact form, basic inventory management, order and processing. Yep, that's exactly what we want. Let's do that. And boom. Got the round corners. It's not. And we'll change all this stuff. We'll change it. Just copying the actual website. Okay. Let's do that. Let me see. Let that do its thing real quick. So let me find. Here we go. This here. We want to change this. So I'm gonna change some of these things here. Okay, so it is basically going through a cider company. Okay, great. But we wanted to change this wording right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is give them this, what I built here. And what this is a system that where it's basically something where the community can engage with it. They basically can customize their own cider. That's basically what I want to do. They can basically choose what kind of cider they want, what they want to put in like healthy, type of flavors, and if they want to be healthy, they want health boosters and stuff like that. And this is like an idea I wanted to bring to them, and then give it to them. Where again we can do multiple different things, where we can sell the IP of it, concept of it, and all that stuff like that to them. Just multiple different ways you can make money. Here we have where people create posts and stuff like that on their platform and stuff. And I'm gonna show you how we're gonna put all this together in here. All right, so then you can see cider, my profile. They created profiles, all that type of stuff like that. an academy where they can go further with their community, and this is how they build that cult like following I was talking about, where they can start educating and stuff like that, where they can start getting more engagement here. So we got things that I'm going to do, sustainability, track your environment impact, and so we got just pretty cool things that we're gonna bring to them and stuff like that for business, run them up for business, create customer side, so they can get requests and stuff like that. Restaurant partnerships, do all types of that, become a partner, all different things like that they want on their site. So we're going to wait for we got exit out of these two right here. Damn, I shouldn't exit out of that. Here. Let it do its thing. And we'll change all these things to pure crafts, all that stuff like that. Don't have to worry about those at all. We're going to go. I gotta pull this back up. Pull this back up. Pull that up. Just need once this finished, we're going to start cooking. I'm talking about cooking on on the highest burner level, right? So I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes doing that, and then I'm going to end it. All right, but I'm going to show you how this so let's get this done now. So I want to change this here. Grab this. Start cooking now. All right. Once that's finished, we should be able to send that in. Then we'll grab the code for this here. We'll grab the code for that. Download that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is fast forward. I'll go to the bathroom, then I'm gonna fast forward. All right, it did extra shit it wasn't supposed to do. But all right, so we're still good. We're gonna be able to fix all this. Alrighty. So we're gonna be right here. And we're gonna no first let's just change this first. Okay. Change it now. Change this to no, not that. We'll exit out that. Yeah, we'll change that. No, let's go change the text color. All right. I'll be able to change that in a second. So let me just change. We'll get the company's name correctly. Make sure everything is good. Here. And I want to change this particular. This right here. I want to change stats. Oh, we don't have to do that. We can just do this. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. There. We want to change this right here. Boom. Then we want to put this here. Done. That there. There. Let's see. Do I have a slogan? No, I don't have a slogan. Um. Okay, so how can I turn that cider with uncontrollable taste? I'm guessing. uh, help me create a slogan with this here. Well, a viral slogan with this here. Cider with uncontrollable taste. Gonna do that. Okay. Okay. Now, background color. Here we go. No, wait. Yeah. Cool. Change all this stuff here. Text color. Black. Change this here. Okay. Change this to this. Where's the page? Grab this here. This too. Edit. Looking like that. Right here. That. I like I said that. We make this the same. All right. We did the same. Okay, we add that. Then we put this part here. There. Get that there. Delete this part here. I fucked it up. Save that. This. Change this. This and change that. Change. Delta. Kind of going to the big boy now. All the pictures and stuff like that, all that stuff doesn't matter. We want to add the big thing though. So we just finished. Look for more things to change. Where we operate, this needs to change. Run amok. We'll add this here. Then I'm gonna fast forward. Once I add this part here, I'm gonna fast forward. Once it's done, that part. So I'm gonna fast forward to when it's done this, and then I'm gonna add this and fast forward. So I'm gonna let this do this. I'm gonna add this code right here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Gotta tell this thing stop changing the background. So let's stop doing that. So let's stop doing that. It'll keep changing the background. Looks like somewhere right here. Grab this. Yeah. Let me tell you to stop doing that because you'll get this. You'll get that sometimes where Replit just choose to do whatever the fuck it wants. So let me show you how to change that. You want to ask why? Why are you changing them to ads? We want to basically know why you're doing that. All right, so that's there. Let's see how you can share. Has it been changing? Okay, so it's capping. It's capping. If it does it again, I'm gonna do it. So try. It just did it. It just did it. It just did it. So it just did it. Literally just did it. I see the issue. You're right. Background has become transparent while instead of the red background. Okay. You had before. And fix your meters, restore our problems. To see what happened though. Why did it do it? Perfect. I see you can see the issue, the hero section. Okay. Just the main app wrapper. Okay. Make sure to restore your background. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let me refresh it and make sure I don't do that. Okay. So I won't do it anymore. All right. So you got this button here. And now I've added this right here. So now they have their own AI. Okay. So they have their own AI where users are able to come and build a part of their own cider. So, so they can go boom, right, current selection, right? So they can build their own thing. You got their profile and stuff like that. We gotta basically, let me see. Let me see something real quick. Make sure this text is black. Can't see nothing here. All right. So you hit this is suggestions, and Athena will give you suggestions on those type of things, and then it'll come up with prices where you can add your flavor, right? You can add those things that are there. You can do health boosters and stuff like that. So boom, and then you can add the cart where please name your cider. Let's say water cider. So this will be an actual, real good feature that they can do that makes it that make it add to the cart, which I'll do in a second. And this right here has changed. Dang it. This text. When clicking the add to button in what's this? Yeah, I'll go there. Add the ingredients. Right. Add the cider creation to the cart. Add the name it was given. Now, having people being able to create their own ciders will be just I'm talking about, right? Of course, you got to make the prices higher than this, right? Where people can have their own personal thing. I think that just it will bring more customer where people can, like, let's say it's for your birthday or something like that, and I know that you like drink and run amok, and then it's like, okay, cool. What I'm gonna do is for that person's birthday, I'm gonna go into run amok. It might cost me a few bucks. You get what I'm saying? It might cost me a few, but that will cost it. I give you your own box of run amok. It has whatever you put into it and stuff like that. But whatever I think that you like, you get what I'm saying? So, or whatever the case may be, and you have your own can with your name on it and all that stuff like that. So you can have one can for a souvenir, and then you just drink the rest of them. If it's trash, you can say this is trash to make me a better flavor. But you can still, I think it'll be really dope to have your audience be able to do that. No one's drank done that before, so where people can make their own of it. I don't think so. Okay, so let's check the rest. Right here, categories, local operations. Right, our products. So still missing some of the features. Okay, so still missing some of the features. I'm gonna build the rest of it offline. I don't want to be this too long. I don't want this to be too long. That's there. First page. Okay. You are missing. So what's going to happen is basically I'm just now adding everything to this website, and then when we bring it to them, it's going to be a crazy to when they see it, like, holy shit, you not only outdone what we've been doing for 7 weeks, but or however long they've been waiting on this website, but you gave us our own AI and all that type of stuff like that, and yeah, that comes with running it, all types of stuff like that, and all those type of things. So we can actually sell the rights to the invention too if we want to. So there's so many different ways you can make money with what we're doing here. All right, you guys.